guys, I'm Andy here from the AtHomeWelder.com, and I'm here for KingMetals.com, and today we're going to answer a question from one of our At Home Welder community members. Now, if you're not a part of the community, go ahead and go over to the AtHomeWelder.com, sign up. It's completely free, and you'll be able to get answers to your questions just like we're going to do today. Now, today's question comes from Jeffrey. Now, Jeffrey asks, Andy, sorry for the noob question. Hey, first off, Jeffrey, don't worry about asking newbie questions. We all have newbie questions at some point, and I still do. So the first thing you got to do is ask those questions, because you're never going to get answers and you're never going to learn without asking the questions. So first of all, thanks for asking the question. Now let's get it answered for you. Now Jeffrey asks, I have to build a square box out of some very large angle iron, and I'm not very good at cutting 45-degree angles. Gotcha. I have minimal tools. All I have is an angle grinder and some cutoff wheels and grinding discs. I'm really not good or comfortable with cutting those 45 degrees because I never get them right, and I always end up having to fill and grind a lot. Is there a better way for me to get the square box that I need without cutting angles? I don't know if this is a better way than cutting 45 degrees angles, but it is another way. Now I've got some pretty large angle iron here. I don't know if you're using something bigger, but this is pretty big for me for what I normally use. And what we're going to do is a process called notching. Well, I call it notching. Some people call it coping. Some people call it notching and coping. But what we're doing is we're cutting out parts of the angle iron so that it fits together like a nice little jigsaw puzzle. So essentially what we're going to do is we are putting this together like this. Now unfortunately you can't just take angle iron and put it together like this and weld it. You can, but if you're looking for a nice clean flat smooth box, you're not going to be able to do that. For one, you've got this lip here, and two, it never ends up right down here, right? You have this little lip here. And three, the other problem with this is you have this rounded edge in here that comes with all angle iron, and it's impossible to get that right. So instead of cutting our 45s, where we would normally just cut here and everything butts up nice, we're actually going to take this and notch off this section here. So we're going to be cutting out this section, and we're actually going to cut out a little sliver here, so this piece actually fits nice and flush with this piece, just like a nice puzzle. And the way we're going to do that is we're just going to put this on top here. Now we're not going to worry that it doesn't really butt up all the way. We're just going to get it as close as possible. We're going to take our soapstone or marker or whatever. Just going to draw our line here, just like that. Perfect. And then we need to cut this out here, so we're actually just going to take the edge, just like this, put it on there, nice and flush, and then we're going to mark our little line here. Perfect. And that is what we're going to cut out. So we're going to cut across here with our angle grinder, and then we're going to cut across here with our angle grinder, cut out this little square, and hopefully this will fit perfectly. Alright, let's see what we got here. Cut that out, and we'll clean this up just a little bit, get some of this nasty spurs and stuff off of there. Got some edges, but that's alright. But see how it fits together? Should fit together pretty nicely. Boom. Just like that. Together. Now since I don't have a real good way to clamp this together, I didn't really set this up right. I'm flipping this upside down. Just going to stick it flush together here. Stick my square on the inside, make sure I've got everything nice and square. You can see that just fits up together beautifully. Now of course, depending on what you're doing, you may want to weld on the inside here, you might not. It depends on what the purpose is of this. If this is going to be like a frame of some sort, you probably don't want to weld on the inside. So I'm just going to put this, make sure I'm square, and I'm going to tack it real quick on the outside here. there you go. There it is. Nice and flush. Everything's nice. Perfect. Now, of course, you can go back with your grinder and grind off some of these welds and make it nice and smooth. Again, it depends on what it is you're building. But that's it. All right, man, so I hope that answers your question. This gives you another great way to build a square or box or anything like that at a right angle material without having to cut 45-degree angles. You just use this notching or coping technique and you're good to go. Now, if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments of this video or shoot me an email. Just go ahead and go over to the athomewelder.com, sign up to join us, and you'll get some great free videos on how to do some welding and other great techniques that save you a lot of time and money, and also some great ways for you to make some extra money with welding on the side if you're interested in that sort of thing. So I'm Andy Fogarty for the At Home Welder at KingMetals.com, and I will see you again next time.